Hello and welcome to the first ever video on this channel. My name is Nick and this channel is called World in My Eyes. I wanted to make a video because recently I found in my loft what is left of my Depeche Mode collection. I found this little box of 7-inch singles. Now, I've been a Depeche Mode fan since 1990. I heard Enjoy the Silence in 1990 and it blew my mind, and I fell in love with their sound. It was just, I don't know what it was, but it just caught my imagination and I rushed out and bought that record, went on to buy Violator, and then just consumed their whole back catalogue from that point. And I started collecting. But over the years, you know, since getting married, moving house lots of times, setting up businesses, and over the years downsizing our collections, the collection got broken up and all of my 12-inch records went. I had a big collection of CD singles, virtually all of that went. And then, as I say, recently I discovered this in the loft. And since finding these 7-inch singles, it has completely sparked my passion again for collecting. I regret so much getting rid of what I had. But I intend now to start building the collection back up. Let's take a look. Let's jump in and see what's in here. So, as I said, I started with Enjoy the Silence. So there's my original copy of Enjoy the Silence, and thankfully I was fussy back then and I kept these things in wonderful condition. So this is the original copy that I would have bought back in 1990. Just an amazing record, it really is. Great B-side as well, Mephisto, instrumental track. So that's what started it for me. I then went out and I can't remember the exact order, but I got the album Violator. And also, I think the next thing I picked up after that was Personal Jesus, which was still available in the shop, so I managed to pick that one up quite easily. And again, this is in minty fresh condition. It's lovely. If you're wondering what these little stickers are that I stuck on, they're the UK chart positions. Yeah. So after Enjoy the Silence, the next record to come out of Violator was, of course, the wonderful Policy of Truth, which was my favourite track of Depeche Mode's at that point. Absolutely loved this record, still do, and I particularly love the artwork on this, and the artwork on the 12 inches of this was stunning as well. Yeah, great. Another good B-side, Khalid or Khalid, I don't know how you say it, it's an instrumental. All B-sides. The B-side on Personal Jesus is, of course, Dangerous, which is an amazing track. How did that get tucked away on a B-side? Amazing, amazing. And then the fourth single of Violator was World in My Eyes. And not only did we get a brilliant B-side on this, they gave us two. Happiest Girl and Sea of Sin, both great tracks. If you don't know those, I'm pretty sure they're here on YouTube, so have a look. But yeah, absolutely loved this. Had this on CD single again, but all of that pretty much went, love those records so much. They toured Violator. I saw them at Wembley, Wembley Arena on the World Violation Tour. And then we had to wait till 93 when they came back with I Feel You. So this is my original copy of I Feel You. Now, I'm pretty sure they stopped issuing 7-inch records at that point, at least here in the UK. The rest of Songs of Faith, the singles, they had a 12-inch vinyl version, but this was the only one that I'm aware of that came out on 7-inch. So that's where it stopped for me buying 7 inches. But of course, as I said, when I discovered them in 1990, at that point I was so hungry for their music, I went back and I bought their back catalogue. The first album I bought was Violator, and I bought that on cassette. And then I went out and bought 101. The reason I bought 101 was I didn't have much money, and I remember looking at all of the cassettes in the record shop, and the one that had the most tracks on it seemed to be 101. It's a live album, and they squeezed a lot of music on there, so that's why I went for 101. And then the third record I bought was the singles, 81 to 85. And in the sleeve of that, again, I had it on cassette, but let me show you the CD. I've since upgraded to CD. Within the sleeve, they showed the pictures of all of the early single releases. And this sparked something in me. I was a collector as a kid anyway. I was a teenager at this point. But I collected things like postcards, cigarette cards, and all sorts of stuff. I was a collector. And seeing all of these in here, I was like, I have to find these singles. So that's what I did. I used to go out at the weekends on my bike and cycle to different towns that had second-hand record shops. And I hunted for all of the early singles. So let's see what I've got left in here. What remains of my collection. So if we go from the beginning, Dreaming of Me, really nice condition. Love these early records. So nostalgic. Ice Machine B-side. Then we have, of course, New Life. This is so nice. Wonderful condition. And of course, this is when Vince Clarke was still in the band and he was the lead songwriter. Of course, he left shortly after Speak and Spell. But yeah, I just love these early records. They're just gorgeous. So that's New Life. Next we have, of course, Just Can't Get Enough. Not as nice condition. You can see it's got where it's had a price sticker on it. B-side Any Second Now. Really strange record sleeve, that, with the sleeping cat on it. The first record that Alan Wilder was involved with the production of, Get the Balance Right. Not in very good condition at all. As you can see, really quite worn. It's got marks on here. So that's not a very good condition one, unfortunately. Then we have, and these two go together because of the artwork. That's out of place actually there. That comes after these, but forgive me. So yeah, Meaning of Love and See You. This was, Martin Gore was writing the songs by this point. These are from Broken Frame. But this was Martin when he was still very much writing pop songs. The beginning of his development as a songwriter. But yeah, love those. Really nice condition again, which is great. So really pleased to still have those. Leave in Silence. Again, I know this is out of order. They've not been put back in the correct order. So I've got Leave in Silence. I never really liked this sleeve, but I did have the 12-inch version of this, which was gorgeous. It was kind of browny orange colour, and it was all textured. It had a kind of textured feel to it. So that's that. What have we got here? Love in Itself. the Brian Griffin photograph from the photo session in Switzerland where they did the Construction Time Again cover. We have People Are People. Again, I don't know if these are in order in here. Master and Servant is in there. We have, what's this? Bit of a favourite. Blasphemous Rumours and Somebody. Now, Somebody is one of my favourite tracks by Depeche Mode of all time. It's just a wonderful, beautiful song. I remember having the 12-inch of this as well, that with the black and yellow. It was gorgeous. I need to get hold of one of those again. So yeah, this was great. 4 tracks on the 7-inch. So you got Blasphemous Rumours and Somebody, Told You So, and Everything Counts. Yeah, love that. Speaking of Everything Counts, here it is. So yeah, these are, like I say, not in the correct order. I'm aware of that. Love this artwork on here. B-side, Work Hard. And according to my little label, that got to number 6. Don't know how accurate that is. And then these two kind of go together, if only for the artwork. I don't know if it's the same artist. Maybe somebody would know out there. So you've got Shake the Disease, amazing track. Really love that. And It's Called a Heart over here. So I'm really pleased to still have those. Now we're talking. Question of Lust. What a gorgeous song and a gorgeous record sleeve. Great picture on the back. There they all are. So yeah, again, really nice condition. It's so nice that not only have I managed to keep these, but overall, not all of them as you've seen, but mostly they're in lovely condition, which is fantastic. Now there are gaps in this. We'll talk about those in a minute. See if have you spotted the gaps yet? Question of Time. Great song. We've got Black Celebration Live, recorded in Birmingham on the B side. Now we're up to, we've got Strange Love, amazing song with Pimp. Never Let Me Down Again. This was another great 12-inch that I had. Oh, I loved that so much. Pleasure Little Treasure on the B. And the last one in the box is Behind the Wheel. Another cracking tune. Route 66 on the B side. Always makes me think of 101. That's that. So as you can see, there are some gaps, and there's one gap which is annoying because I had little 15 on 7-inch and it used to live in this box with those. So why that one, and just that, only that one, went, I have no idea. I also had the 12-inch of little 15. So I'm really going to try and track down a little 15 7-inch to fill that gap. The other obvious gap you probably spotted is Stripped. Now I had Stripped on a 12-inch with the Highland mix. Amazing, amazing. I really want to get hold of that as well. But I need to pick up a 7-inch to fill that gap. And the other one is the single that was lifted off 101, the live version of Everything Counts. So those three I really need to pick up to fill those gaps. But as I've mentioned, I had lots of 12 inches and they've all gone, so I'm going to try and build up the collection again. But that is pretty much it. That's all I've got left. I do have all of the albums on CD. I've always had the music and I've always listened to the music, but it was the vinyl and most of my CD single collection. All I've got left of all my CD singles are those. So we've got I Feel You and Walking in My Shoes. Everything else went over time. So there you go. That's it. That's what I've got left. I really wanted to start this channel to give myself an outlet to talk about the music that I love. This channel is going to focus on Depeche Mode, I think, but also I'm going to touch on the other two bands that have been with me since I got into music, and that is the Pet Shop Boys and Erasure. Those three bands just go together for me. Obviously there's a strong connection between Erasure and Depeche Mode because of Vince Clarke, who was in Depeche Mode and then went on to form Erasure. But the Pet Shop Boys were the band that got me into music. I discovered the Pet Shop Boys in 1987 and their music just, it became what I was about. It turned me on to music and made music mine. I became obsessed with the Pet Shop Boys, and then shortly after that I discovered Erasure and the Innocence album. I loved that so much. And then shortly after that in 1990 I found Depeche Mode and never looked back. So I'm going to talk about all those three bands. I'm actually starting to collect for Pet Shop Boys and Erasure as well. I lost all of my Pet Shop Boys stuff over the years. That's all gone. So I'm going to try and build up a collection of those as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that was interesting. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know about your collection. Maybe give me some ideas for videos. And yeah, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.